Namaste. In astrology, which are those nakshatras that are very sexual by nature, and how the cunning mind works, how the cunning mind distorts things, is what I have discussed in this podcast. And to help you understand this in a more easy way, I have also shared a very beautiful story. You can say it is a funny story, but with a very deep message. A message that will help you understand how this mind works, how the mind is cunning. So let's begin with this short but very insightful podcast.
Let's discuss the nakshatras that are more sexual by nature. And before I proceed, let it be very clear that there is absolutely nothing wrong in being sexual, since we all are born out of sex, so we definitely should not condemn it. The first most sexual nakshatra is the nakshatra of Mars, and so Mrigashira, Chitra and Dhanishta. The second most sexual nakshatra is the nakshatra of Rahu, and so Shatabisha, Adra and Swati. The third most sexual nakshatra is the nakshatra of Ketu, Magha, Mula and Ashwini. The fourth most sexual nakshatra is the nakshatra of Venus, Purvashadha, Purva Falguni and Bharani. The fifth most sexual nakshatra is the nakshatra of Moon, Shravan, Hasta and Rohini. So now when you are born in a nakshatra ruled by Moon, Mars, Venus, Rahu or Ketu, then the sexual urge is there. But whether you have the required sexual drive is based on the conjunctions and placement of Venus, Mars, Rahu, Moon and their conjunctions in general. Losing virginity at an early age can be through your own temptations, or you might be forced into losing your virginity due to certain situation. When planets like Mars, Rahu are afflicting Venus badly, then through force you tend to lose your virginity. However, when there is no affliction to Venus, that is when Venus is not afflicted by Mars or Rahu, then you tend to lose your virginity at an early age due to your own sexual temptation and desires. Many youngsters label their sexual relation as an outcome of love, but usually this is not love, but infatuation and lust. When interest in sex is over, then couples break apart. So where was love? But mind is cunning. Remember, the mind is very cunning and clever. There was a boy and his mother had died when he was an infant, and his father had worked hard to raise him properly. Finally, the boy went away to college. His first letter was a disappointment to his father. It was a disappointment, but the old man did not know exactly why. Perhaps something in the tone bothered him. The letter read, "Dear Dad, everything is fine. I like it here at college. I am on the football team. I am in the best fraternity on campus. I got an A on my first algebra exam." After some thinking, the father was able to put his finger on the difficulty. He wrote back, "Look son, I don't want to seem to be a silly old man, but there is something which would make me very happy. It isn't that I think you are ungrateful in any way, but I have had to work very hard to raise you and to send you to college, and I never had a chance to go to college myself. What I mean is this: it would mean a lot to me if you would say, we did this and we did that, instead of I did this and I did that. It would help me to feel as if I had a part in it all. The boy understood immediately, and thereafter letters came in the form, "Well, Dad, we won this game last Saturday. We got a date with a pretty girl. We are going to get an A in history." The old man took earnest pleasure in this sharing of experience. Days were sunny for him. One day, a telegram arrived. "Dear Dad, we got Dean's daughter in trouble. She had twins. Mine died. What are you going to do with yours?" This is what agreement does. You simply follow but miss to understand what the real thing is. The hilarious story is significant in many ways. The significance is in the fact that the son merely followed what his father had said and conveniently missed to realize what his father meant when he mentioned that it would mean a lot to me if you would say, "We did this and we did that," instead of saying, "I did this and I did that." The mind is cunning. The mind can make your life hell if you simply go on following without understanding. The mind knows what to use to its advantage, and therefore we see many followers who follow a certain faith missing the real thing and committing many terrible mistakes.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.